I'm Steve Johnson, News Director for theDove TV. Check out our other videos and visit our website at theDove.us. Thanks. Good evening, I'm Steve Johnson. You can get our iPhone, iPad, and Android app. Then you can watch the Dove News on demand on your mobile app and on the Dove Roku channel as well. From the Dove Newsroom at this hour, President Obama says the United States and Germany are preparing to impose sanctions on Russia's economic sectors if destabilization continues in Ukraine. But an Oregon congressman says it's not enough. President Obama says he hopes not to have to use such sanctions, but will if Russia's disruptions threaten Ukraine's elections scheduled for May 25th. Given the recent violence in Ukraine with protests throughout the country and the shooting down of 2 Ukraine helicopters, Congressman Greg Walden says he thinks President Obama has dramatically underestimated what Vladimir Putin is willing to do in Ukraine.
I think he needs to lead more strongly with our European allies. I know he and Merkel are meeting today. And our European allies need to ask themselves the question, where does Putin stop and where is he stopped if he's not stopped here?
Walden says it's unclear if Russia would stop with seizing control of Ukraine or perhaps set its sights next on an area like Moldova. The numbers look good, but there's a downside to today's jobs report. The government says employers added 288,000 jobs across industries from manufacturing to accounting in April, while the unemployment rate dropped to 6.3%. However, many people stopped looking for jobs, and worker pay has yet to pick up. President Obama hailing the jobs growth, but says Congress must do more to help American workers, including raising the minimum wage. A man injured in a Central Oregon gorge has been lifted by ropes nearly 1,000 feet to safety. He was fished at the bottom of Crooked River Gorge on Thursday when he fell from a rock and hurt his leg. 22-year-old Nick Inman was extracted after daybreak and sent to a hospital. He wasn't seriously hurt, and in a separate rescue, a helicopter shined its lights on a Wickiup Reservoir to search for an 86-year-old fisherman reported overdue Thursday night. He came ashore today saying he'd been caught out in the dark, so he slept in his boat. Canadian authorities have approved sending natural gas to an Oregon terminal where it would be liquefied for export overseas. The National Energy Board of Canada has approved a natural gas export license for Oregon LNG, whose terminal would be near the mouth of the Columbia River in Warrenton. The Canadian board determined that the quantity of gas to be sent to Oregon is surplus to Canadian requirements. Let's take a look now at what we can expect on the weather scene heading into the weekend. For Northern California tonight, mostly clear skies, a few clouds expected with a low of 45. 71 tomorrow the high, and then a 30% chance of rain on Sunday with a high of 64. Heading into the Klamath Basin, mostly cloudy tonight with a low of 43. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high of 67, only 61 expected for the high on Sunday. As we head over to the Oregon coast, a 10% chance of rain tonight and then a 30% chance of rain tomorrow with a high of 61. A greater chance of rain on Sunday and a high of 58. As we head into the Central Oregon area bend, mostly clear tonight, a low of 44. 10% chance of rain tomorrow with a high of 64, then only 58 on Sunday with a 30% chance of rain. And for Southern Oregon, mostly clear tonight, a low of 52. 69 tomorrow, 64 on Sunday with about a 30% chance of rain. And that's a look at news and weather. You're up to date with the latest here on the Dove.